My friend, Robin Owen, works with Oasis Senior Advisors. So I have been a caregiver for my mother for the past 4 years. She did live with us for 2 years, and we just knew that there was a point where she needed extra help with her medicines, and she really needed to have that social interaction that you would have with other adults in a senior community. When I started looking myself online and doing some research, and it was quite overwhelming. So when I contacted Robin, she was able to do the first step in the process for me, contact some locations that she thought would be appropriate for mother, and also kind of check them out ahead of time so that I didn't have to go to every single one. She knew from her experience with other facilities what a good location would be for my mother. Robin is a retired nurse, and I love that about her and her background because she knew what to look for when it came to a facility. She knew the questions to ask and made the process quite easy for me. Robin was able to differentiate between the different locations based on the fact that my mother had long-term care insurance. She knew what she needed as far as medicine assistance. My mom is 89 years old, but is still very able to take care of herself. She just needed a little extra assistance with some day-to-day activities, but Robin knew a location that would be appropriate for her for some social interaction. My mom loves to have friends, go out to lunch, play bridge, and that is the place where Robin was able to give us some suggestions. Before I found Oasis Senior Advisors and found Robin Owen, my stress level was extremely high. I work full-time, I have 2 teenagers at home, and I was doing primary caregiving for my mother 24/7. I needed some assistance, and I knew that I couldn't continue to be her caregiver and with the rest of the facets of my life and my family. So Robin was able to free up some of my time by finding a location for me, and also just to ease my mind that I knew my mom was in a nice location. My mother lived with us, as I said, for several years. She had moved away from her family home, and our family home lived with us as sort of a transition. She was ready to leave an apartment and ready to go someplace where she could be taken care of. She was not a burden to us. We never felt that way, but she really wanted the opportunity to do things on her own, but still have the friends and the social activities, as well as having a full-time nurse on staff so that they could handle her medications. She feels much safer now that she's in a location with other adults, and she feels safe having a full-time caregiver. I would recommend Robin Owen with Oasis Senior Advisors to anyone who is in my situation. Caregiving is a very stressful and it's a stressful part of your life, and if you can have someone help you out with that, someone you trust, someone who has proven themselves with other clients. In fact, I've already referred Robin to several of my friends that are in the same situation. I'm at the time of my life where I have a lot of my friends that are also looking for places for their parents to have an assisted living opportunity, or just for them to have some social outlets. I think the key is that Robin forged a path ahead of me, so I didn't start from scratch. She had done all the homework. She knew these facilities. If she didn't, she contacted them and toured them before I even showed up and eliminated them or suggested that I go tour. She was honest and knew what we were looking for my mother, but also was realistic with our budget and realistic with the area that we were looking at. So those things really helped me to have a less stress level, and also just to be relieved and confident that my mom was in a great location. I'm Elizabeth Pulaski, and my mother is Margaret Aline Mink, and I am a client of Oasis Senior Advisors.